Hi, Kathy here with 3-Minute Piano Lessons. So today I'm going to introduce something that new that I'm going to be starting. And so it'll have a whole different playlist that you can find with my video on my YouTube channel. So I am entitling it, You Compose. And down here it says Notion app. So that's the app I use. It's free. I downloaded it on my iPad, and that's how I'm writing music. So I'm going to review that as well a little bit to introduce you to that. So you can learn it quicker than I learned it. I'll give you a few tips on it. So maybe you're someone who just has music in your head. You have tunes that come into your head, or someone who has words that you want to put to a tune, and you wanted to learn how to do that. So you're watching this video, and if you're following me on my YouTube channel, obviously you're interested in continuing to learn. So this is another great way to learn to play piano, is to learn to write all these notes and the chords and the chord progressions as well. So now, having said that, I've done my 3-minute video series, which I'm not done with, but I have several out there to learn from. And I condensed them, obviously, into 3 minutes or less, pretty much. And so this video will cover probably about 7 of those videos, because for one thing, you will get, with this video, today's video, you're able to print out a blank sheet. There'll be a couple of them there. It's titled You Compose, and of course I'm not the composer, so and I'll show you how to do that as well. You can do that on the Notion program, and the page will even come out nicer. That one is blank, and so it comes out with all the lines close together, so it's a small staff line kind of squeezed together, which I don't care for. I like them more spaced out, for instance, like the ones I end up printing out for myself and what you're able to print out on the 3-minute video series. Much bigger notes and spaces between the staff lines. So anyway, and having said that, I want to tell you a little bit about the Notion app. So you might want to just stop this video right now, look up Notion, N-O-T-I-O-N, just like I spelled it out. And it's an app that you can download free and get that on your device. And when you do, open it up in the upper right corner is a plus sign. Just press on that, and you have to title your work, right? Whatever. So you could just put in a temporary title because it's easy to go in and change the title as well. So once you do that, it's going to take you to different staffs, and be sure and choose the piano staff, just and add that. And then it'll open up a page, like a staff page, and it'll give you some options. You'll have to learn it kind of as you go, like I did, but it gives you different, that second page that opens up, I hardly touch it. But there's a page, it shows instruments, and I just do nothing on that next page, pretty much. The arrow, you can just use the arrow and go back, use the arrow to go back. And sometimes if the program kind of gets stuck, I just go down to the bottom button where you can, the setting, and just press on that, and it kind of resets it. But one of the reasons I want to encourage you to do that is you don't even need a piano to get started in writing music, because there's a piano there. Now, when you put your notes in, you can go down and listen to what you've done. It's not going to sound very expressive, okay? It's not going to sound like I do when I'm finished with my piece, and I like to play it for you, and I can crescendo and diminuendo, I can retardando, slow down, you know, and put some nice lifts and touches in it. It's not going to offer you that, but you will hear the notes that you've put together, and it's nice and steady and accurate that way. So anyway, just heads up on that. The dynamic parts, so when it shows dynamic parts, don't click on the full score, click on piano score, okay? You want to be in a piano mode here. Also, too, one way to check how it's going to look when you print out, you have the option to do the print view or the screen view. And I actually check it as I write music, go back and see what it's going to look like. Because like I said, the more I add onto the staff, the more full the page gets and use up this space. So edit title and text, there's a place to give credit to the composer. You want to put your name up there in the upper right corner. The style is standard. I'm not introducing jazz here. The size, the notation font, this would be under notation font. Size, I like 5 or 6. Like I said, it kind of spreads out the lines, fuller page. Screen view, I like 150 to 160%. So now it looks really too big on the page, but again, you can check it, go back to print view, and you're actually going to see what it's going to look like when it prints out. So, because it's not going to make sense. Also, too, I tend to like 3 measures, not 4. Some of it's automatically set up. So you'll see when you go to it, hey, if I can learn to do it, me and my white hair, you can learn it. If you're older like me, or even if you're younger, you're probably much more savvy at this stuff than I am. Anyway, I just want to introduce you to the Notion app. It's a great app to have, and you can even learn piano without a piano because it offers the keyboard below there, all that it offers. So having said that, middle C will be C4 on the Notion staff. So yeah, so here, let's go back, and like I said, what I'm going to cover in this video is kind of like what I would have covered for 7 videos in my other series. So remember, the first important thing is you need to learn the name of these keys. And just a quick review in case you haven't done that, and this is new and fresh to you. I always teach by the sets of 2s, and the D is in the middle of the sets of 2s. So when you know that that is C, D, E. So D is in the middle and it helps you C, D, E, C, D, E, and C, D, E. So, and then of course, after you're quick and able to find all the sets of 2s on your piano or on the Notion piano, sets of 2s. Remember C4 on the Notion app is middle C, that's important to know. Then after you're comfortable with that, then you're going to go and learn the sets of 3 black keys, and the name of the white keys there is F, G, A, and B. So you see that I've filled all this in, and you need to know those names. So even if you, take a picture of this or something so you have it handy while you're learning your Notion program and drawing it, you could use your page that you print out with this as well, the staff lines. So let's learn, so up here's the treble staff or G staff, and you would play your right hand up here. This is your F clef or bass clef, and you play the left hand down here. So we're going to start with right hand notes, and we're going to start right here with this middle C. Now let's use a different color just to kind of draw your eye into that. Let's start here with this middle C. Looks like, went a little too high, this C. It has its own special line that goes through it. I'm going to color it in dark, and the dark notes like that with a stem are called quarter notes. So we're going to use quarter notes when we first start writing. So this is C, and the staff, the notes on the staff move. Line, this would be a space note, and this would be your D right here, right next to middle C. Now middle C, again, has its own line. This is the space note, and so the next line note up would be E, and it belongs to this E. So there's other E's on the piano, there's other C's on the keyboard down here, other D's, but these